Welcome to Gentle Yoga from my terrace in Cozumel. This is Leo Gray on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center in Palm Springs. Visit us online at urbanyoga.org or on Facebook at Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center. Check out the schedule of what's offered each day. Stop by the tip charts and make contributions. Our online classes are all donation-based still. And for those watching later on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel for us, please. We'll start out today in a reclined posture, which is by the best. This is not the posture. It's close to it, but I'll talk you into constructive rest, also known as active rest. It goes like this, starting out lying on your back, arms resting on the ground. Draw your knees in towards your chest. And just let your legs drift around. Just allowing each femur to explore, rocking in the hip socket. Just a little loosening out movement. It can be any movements you want. And one side at a time, we're going to let our feet just plop down onto the mat so the soles of the feet are planted and the knees lean in towards each other. So one foot, plop, the other one, plop. And we want this to feel restful in the legs. So whatever adjustment you can make to reduce any sensation of effort, usually some amount of heels pointing out and toes pointing in. So make little adjustments with your feet, minimize any sensation of work. Soles of the feet on the floor, knees leaning in, butt, legs, pretty much like that. As restful as we can get that sensation. Next, hands and arms. Bring your hands to your bottom ribs. So your fingers are on your belly, maybe like index and middle fingers pointing roughly around the belly button, and the thumbs resting on the ribs, wrists long and open, elbows resting on the floor. If you want to, close your eyes once you're situated. Focus on your breathing. Notice it's slowing down and getting deeper, which happens just because we find some stillness and we focus, we turn inward. Taking in your contact with the floor and the movements of your breath. Some of the things that constructive rest or active rest, this posture does for us is allow some nice but passive opening in the shoulders and hips, the biggest joints, and allows the fluid in the spinal column to distribute more evenly and help those discs of cartilage between the vertebrae hydrate more evenly. And basically this helps the spine get longer as those discs expand while the fluid is redistributed. It's nice too to just feel the action of your breath because your hands are resting right by your diaphragm. Notice how your contact with the floor changes with the movements of your breath. And just over time, as you stay here, more and more of your back will touch down. When we lie flat on the floor, we might think that the whole back is touching the floor. It's never the whole back. There's always some parts that aren't quite on the floor. And as we breathe here in this relaxed posture, might even just untie some knots in the back simply by breathing in this position. This can be a great posture to use for meditating. They say if you rest in this posture for 17 minutes, your spine will reach its maximum resting length. Sometimes I'll set a timer for like 20 minutes, giving me a couple minutes to get situated, and then I know when the timer goes off, I've spent 17 minutes in my active rest. Shifting from noticing what's going on with the body. Situate yourself in your environment. Take in whatever is touching upon any of your senses, which, as always on Zoom, includes whatever sounds from my surroundings make it through my mic, through your speakers, to your ears. Remembering that whatever comes up, external or internal, is simply something else to integrate, something to weave into the practice. We don't have to look at whatever comes up as an interruption. We don't have to get annoyed or upset by it. Just notice it, come back to focusing on breath, focusing on your body. Scan your body now, head to toe. Take in whatever sensations are there. Especially noting any unpleasant sensation, not to focus on the negative, but to keep in mind any issues, any soreness or stiffness. So you can remember that you're welcome to skip or modify any part of practice, especially when it's to accommodate some issue, some sensation. Whenever you find that your mind has wandered from focusing on your breathing, focusing on your body, maybe it wasn't even an external stimulus, but just something your mind did, gently come back to focusing within, taking care of yourself by finding the practice that suits you best today. Let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth with a sigh. Before we start to shift around, I'll just note that we're keeping in mind today some friends who couldn't practice with us who usually like to. They've got some family needs to attend to. November, a lot of times we can focus on being grateful, expressing thanks. So as we keep our friends in mind while we practice today, grateful that we have folks to practice with, grateful that we have practice for ourselves. Grateful to know we'll see those friends again and practice another day. Start to move bit by bit, maybe wiggle the knees back and forth. Start to move your hands and arms. Any movements you like, just be gentle and mindful coming out of what might seem like a long stillness. Sometimes a few minutes seem longer. Really focus. Let's draw the knees into the chest, and this time hug them and rock around, roll around, massaging your back against the ground. Sometimes I like to rhyme. Not too often. Hold on to your right knee with your left hand. Extend your left leg down along the mat. Reach your right arm out to the side with your palm facing up. Keeping your shoulders grounded, draw your knee over to the left and turn your head to the right. Not forcing. It's kind of inviting that knee to come over. As far as it wants to, whatever degree of twist feels sufficient to you. Maybe it's less than this. Maybe with a few more breaths, on those exhales, you feel the twist deepen a bit, feel some more release, find some more room. Come back to center. And let's switch legs. Draw your left knee in, hold on to it with your right hand. Extend and lower your right leg and your left arm. Then draw your knee to the right and turn your head to the left. Back up to center. Draw both knees in. Inhale, extend your arms and legs all the way out. Exhale, curl up and ball again. Take a few more of those full body stretches at your own pace. And we'll start to sit up. You could either hold your legs and rock front to back, or just tip onto one side and plant your hands, pressing up from the floor with your arms. Find a comfortable position, sitting or kneeling. Let your arms hang loose by your sides, so your shoulders are disengaged. Lift your left shoulder toward your ear, then slide it back, down. Just notice how that feels compared to the other shoulder. And then we'll do it with the other shoulder. Raise the right shoulder, slide it back, release it down. Let your chin fall towards your chest. Gently and slowly start to roll your head in circles. Bring your ear towards your shoulder. Look up towards the sky. You know what a circle is. Take your time. If anywhere in the neck feels particularly tight, maybe you pause to rock back and forth to ease some of that out. Let's change direction. When you finish the next circle, face forward. Bring your arms to the sides, resting your fingertips on the ground to stay long in the spine. Inhale, lift your left arm up alongside your ear. Exhale, reach across to the right. Staying anchored to both sides of your seat, feeling for length from your hips up through your fingertips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come into a twist. Right hand to left knee. Left hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist it some more. Work your way up from the waist. On each exhale, inviting your body to go further if it feels like there's room to do so. Let yourself unwind, come through center. Inhaling, raise your right arm up. As you exhale, reach to your left. Inhale to come up. Exhale, come into your other seated twist. Inhale, find the length again. Exhale, explore the twist. Let yourself unwind, come through center. Let's go ahead and come up onto our hands and knees. Reach back and press into the ball of your left foot. On an inhale, reach your right arm to the side. If you'd like to go further, on your next inhale, lift your left foot, reach straight back. And to go even further, if you want, bend your knee, reach back, grab your foot or ankle, kick against your hand, raise your knee and chin. Release and lower down. Inhale, draw your heart forward, let your head and tailbone go up. Exhale to draw your heart up, let your head and tailbone come down. Take a couple more breaths with cow pose, cat pose. After your next exhale, come back to your table. Reach back with your right foot, press it against the floor. On an inhale, pick your left arm up, reach out to the side. If you want to, on the next inhale, raise that right foot, reach back through the sole of your foot. If you like, bend your knee, reach back, see about that bind. Release, lower down, take a few cow and cat breaths again. After your next exhale, come back to table. Step your left foot up to your hands. You can use blocks under your hands if you like. Then step your right foot up to meet it. Hang out in your forward fold. Explore swaying back and forth to whatever degree feels good for you. Bending one leg, then the other. Hands might rest on the floor or the blocks, or hang in the air, or sort of drag on the ground. Finger painting, my friend Becky always like to call this, dragging the fingertips back and forth on the ground. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, roll all the way up, hands overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your arms. Inhale, reach out to the sides. Exhale, reach for your shoulder blades and hug yourself. Or if you like, come to eagle arms, intertwining your arms and pressing your hands together. Then reaching your elbows and hands forward and up. Inhale to open up. Exhale, cross the opposite way. Inhale, open up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, out and up. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms up. Reach your palms up. Look up at your hands. Lift your heart. Inhale to come upright. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale to come up. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, arms down. It's hot here today. Yes, in Cozumel. It stays hot even in November. Overnight's getting down below 70 Fahrenheit, which is what they call cold in Cozumel. Inhale out. Exhale down. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale down. Step back to a plank. On an exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Press into your hands. Inhale, lift your head and chest to the height that's okay in your lower back. Each time we do this. Exhale, rock back and up to downward facing dog. Walk that dog a bit. Pedal your feet. Inhale, bend your knees, looking forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, down. Step your left foot back. Come to runner's lunge. Inhale, reach forward and up, crescent lunge. You can always do a lower lunge by letting the left knee down and curl the left toes if the high lunge is too much. We're not going to do a lot of lunges. Exhale, sink forward in your hips, draw your arms down to cactus. Inhale, glide back and reach up. Now bring your hands to your hips. We're going to switch from lunge. If you're in the low lunge, you engage your foot and your legs. So you come to this one just for a moment. Then spin the left heel down. Plant that foot at about a 45-degree angle. So we're switching to warrior one. Feet and legs from the lunge. Feel for grounding in the ball of the front foot, outer edge of the back foot. Then bring your arms up here again. This time, let your shoulders melt down away from your ears a little. And then rotate your hands, point your pinkies in towards each other. There's warrior one. Bring your elbows down to your ribs. Lower your forearms parallel to the floor. Inhale, slide your hands apart. Exhale, slide them to the front again. A couple more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bring your hands to your hips again. Pivot the back foot open now, perpendicular to the front foot. Slide the line behind the front foot for warrior two. And if you like to deepen your stance, you can take out more of the length of the mat. My body likes a deeper stance when I shift from warrior one, feet and legs, to warrior two, feet and legs. Square your shoulders above your hips. Reach your arms out to the sides, parallel to the ground. And turn your head to the right, look out past your right fingertips. Warrior two. Tight wing, inhale, turn your palms up. And then exhale, rotate forward. So your palms turn forward, then down and maybe back. And do a few more breaths. If it helps you get more movement in your shoulders, more rotation in the arms, bend your elbows as much as you want. Turn your right palm up. Keep the lower body where it is as we reverse warrior. Inhale, tip back and reach up. Look up towards your right hand. Left hand might rest lightly on your leg or press to your hip for support, or slide across your lower back towards the opposite hip in a half bind. Exhale, tip forward, right forearm lightly to right thigh. Reach your left arm overhead here on one side. If you want, make slow circles with your left arm. And if you like, you can extend your right arm out in front or out to the side. Lower body stays still or engaging. If you moved your right arm, bring it back to your leg. Let's do a warrior dance. Inhale to reverse. Exhale to side angle, and do it for a couple more breaths at your pace. Then from side angle, let's inhale up to warrior two with the arms parallel to the floor again. And we'll dance to gentle warrior. Inhale, straighten the right leg, raise your arms, turn your head 90 degrees to the left. Hands touch. Exhale, lower your arms, turn your head to the right, bend your right knee again. Up and down a couple more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And from warrior two, straighten that right leg most of the way. We'll go to triangle. Shift your left hip back towards your left foot. Slide your right hand forward. And then tip. So your right hand comes down. Your left hand goes up. Picture the left hand stands directly above the right hand. Take some deep breaths. This hand might be in the air, on the ground or on a block, or on your shin. It can be on the outside or the inside of your leg. Bring your left hand onto your hip. Inhale, reach your right hand forward and stand. Bring your right hand onto your hip. Pivot onto the ball of your back foot and step forward. And I'll be taking a drink before I do all that on the other side. Because of the plant gallery here, I'll start at this end of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, pull. Rest your fingertips, step your right foot back. Runner's lunge. If you like, let the back knee down and uncurl those toes. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, sink forward in your hips, draw your arms down to cactus. Inhale, glide back, reach out. If your knee's on the floor, curl those toes under, press into the foot to lift that knee. And then from the high lunge, spin the back heel down, ground into the outer edge of that foot. Put your shoulders down away from your ears a bit. Bring your knees towards each other. Order one. Draw your elbows down to your ribs. Lower your forearms parallel to the ground. Inhale, hands slide apart. Exhale, hands slide towards each other. A couple more times. And bring your hands onto your hips. Pivot the back foot open, perpendicular to the front foot, slide in line. Behind the front foot, deepen your stance if you like. Square your shoulders above your hips. Reach your arms out to the sides. Look out past your left fingertips. Inhale, rotate back. Exhale, rotate forward. A couple more times. Oh, they're getting a little breeze now, a little relief. Probably see all the plants swaying around behind you. Turn just the left palm up. Reverse warrior. Inhale, tip back, reach up. Remember the lower body stays pretty still. With an exhale, tip forward, reach forward, find your side angle pose. Circle your right arm if you like. And if you like, play with extending your left arm. Bring the left arm back in if it's extended. First dance, inhale, reverse warrior, tip back, reach up. Exhale to side angle, tip forward, reach forward. A couple more. Then inhale back up to warrior two. And we'll dance to gentle warrior. Inhale, straighten the left leg, raise your arms, turn your head to the right. Exhale, bend your knee, lower your arms, turn your head to the left. Inhale, glide up. Exhale, glide down. Then straighten the left leg most of the way, setting up for triangle. Draw the right hip back, and the left hand forward, and tip to your triangle. Take big, deep breaths. Bring your right hand to your hip. Inhale, reach your left hand forward and stand. Bring your left hand to your hip. Pivot onto the ball of your right foot. And step forward. Yes, I almost fell as I pivoted my foot. That happens. Take a drink if you like. I need one. The class is half done. A little more than half done. Let's have a couple simple sun salutations after the more involved sequence. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale down. Step back to plank. When you're ready, on an exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale to bring your heart forward between your arms. Exhale, rock back and up. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to arms. The next one comes with a break. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale down. Step back to plank. When you're ready, exhaling, lower. Inhaling, open your heart. Exhaling, rock back and up. Take 3 cleansing breaths and make your way to child's pose. Letting your knees down gently. It's okay if you got there before I did. I take long breaths in case there's somebody new watching the video later. Put down on the knees, bring your big toes together. Open your knees wider if you like. If you have knee trouble, it may feel better to keep them closer. Sit back towards your heels. Let your head come down to the mat. Hands can reach forward. Keep reaching forward or disengage. Let the arms rest on the floor. Hands might also reach back here by the feet. Let your shoulders have more of a break. Maybe your shoulders are tired. Inhale, come slowly forward and up to table. And take your time. On an exhale, push back and up to downward dog. Just last one. Just for a couple breaths. Walk your hands back to your feet. No rush. However many baby steps it takes. The soft knees. Arms hanging heavy like ropes. Let the knees be bouncy. Let your arms swing front to back as your knees bounce. The weight of arms pick up momentum, so the swinging gets bigger and bigger. When you're ready, swing your arms up overhead, sit back to chair. Releasing in the front of your hips, back of your knees, the front of your ankles. Bring your hands together, bring them to your heart, press them to your sternum. Keeping your hands centered on your chest, your spine nice and long, your knees lined up. Exhale, twist to the left any amount without losing that alignment. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, come through center. Big exhale, full. Inhale, roll slowly to standing. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Now let's play with some balancing. You're welcome to step over by the wall or a steady piece of furniture so there's something to grab onto and support your balance. Shift your weight from one leg to the other with your feet on the floor. Bring the weight into your right leg without locking that knee. Turn those toes out to the side so your feet are roughly perpendicular. Bring your heel up onto your ankle. So tree pose starts here with what we call a kickstand foot. Keep both feet on the ground. Your tree can look like that. Or you can bring the sole of your foot onto your calf. Or you can bring the sole of your foot to your thigh. The one thing you don't want to do is press sideways on your knee. Sometimes we get hung up about wanting the foot on the thigh and we press the knee instead. Your knee does not want to be pressed on the wrong axis. Better to stay on your calf. You can keep your hands here or do anything you like with those hands, those arms. What does your tree look like? Does it move a lot? Is it more still? What does your body want to do with this? Anytime we might start over because we fell or because we chose to take a break. We might change our mind about where the foot is. It was just too slippery there. The foot did not want to stay on that thigh today. By the way, if anybody's watching and they're hung up on getting their foot to stay on their thigh, it took me 2 years to get my foot to stay there. And it only happened after I gave up on trying it for 6 months. So even doing a different expression of tree help deepen your experience of the posture, build muscle memory, and help open that hip. If your hands are elsewhere, bring them to your heart. Pivot your knee forward, let your foot down, shake things out. Anything that wants to shake. Maybe water your tree. When you're ready, hands back at your heart. Shift back and forth as many times as you like. And when you're ready, bring the weight to your left leg. Turn your right toes out. Remember, don't lock the left knee. Bring your heel onto your ankle. Take it wherever you like. Maybe the foot comes higher. Maybe it stays on the ground. Maybe your hands stay here. Maybe they don't. I fold my arms behind my back because the spine feels good in my back. If something else feels good to you, you can clasp your hands behind your head. You can reach your hands up again. You can even bend. Play with whatever you like. You can have a tree dance. If you close your eyes, they get a lot of breeze in the branches. It gets windy, they say. Most people are more steady with their eyes open. If your hands are elsewhere, bring them to your heart. Pivot your knee forward. Let your foot down. Shake things out. And have a seat. Extend your legs forward. Flex your feet back. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold down over your legs. Let your knees bend as much as needed. On each of the inhales, think of the crown of your head reaching forward. On each of the exhales, think of lowering down. Inhale, walk your hands up the front of your legs. Sit yourself up. Bring the soles of your feet together and bring your heels in close to your pelvis. Oops. Drag your mat in. Interlace your fingers, hold your toes in your hands. Wiggle on your seat, shift the bones in your seat closer to the ground. Tilt your pelvis forward and open up your hips some more. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hinge forward at your hips with a long spine. See how far that goes. Wherever the long spine, up lowering, then let your head hang, let your neck to the top of your spine. Release, breathe into your hips. Inhale, slowly sit up. Keeping your feet together, slide them forward. Make a big space between your pelvis and your heels. As far forward as your feet will go, and still have the soles together, the feet on the floor. Then you can reach under your ankles or over your ankles and walk your hands forward on the mat. Pretzel pull. Let your neck disengage again and your head drop. Breathe into your back. And slowly walk your hands back, press yourself up. Use your arms to nudge your knees towards each other. Feet planted on the floor. Bring your hands behind you, scoot forward. Come down onto your back. So whether you scoot your butt towards your heels and come down, or come down and then scoot your heels towards your butt, doesn't matter. Whatever works better for you. We'll all wind up here on our backs. Feet planted with the heels close to the butt. Feet about hip width apart. If you like, place a block between your knees on the middle position. And don't squeeze the heck out of the block. Sometimes we waste energy doing that. It's just there to be a spacer. So it's just gently hugging it so it doesn't fall out. Don't need to exert a lot of pressure there, waste energy. Press into the soles of your feet. Inhale, lift your hips up, bridge pose. If you want a deeper heart opener, clasp your hands under you. Reach your knuckles towards your heels. Wiggle your shoulder blades in towards each other. Make sure your neck is relaxed, your head's resting on the floor, whether you're doing this fine or not. Sometimes we scrunch up our neck. Also doesn't help. Waste of energy. If you're clasping your hands, release them. Exhale slowly, lower your hips. Hold up and down for a few breaths at your own pace. Inhale to lift up, and exhale to come down. Go as high as you want, as slowly as you want, pausing the movement where you want, but don't pause the breath. Next time you lift up, pause at the top of the movement. Put a block under your sacrum, come down to rest on it. If you don't have yoga blocks, that's okay. You might use pillows, folded blankets or towels. A rolled up yoga mat can be a nice thing here, or a foam roller. Very different feeling, those two, but either one can serve to hold you up in supported bridge. Let your body just relax against the support under it. You might feel some interesting release in your pelvis and your lower back. Press into your feet and now lift your hips up off that support. Slide it out from under you. Exhale slowly, let yourself come down. Nice to pause after you touch down. Move those props out of the way. Draw your knees toward your chest, hug your knees. Rock and roll to the side of your back against the floor. Also feels very nice after resting your sacrum on the prop to massage the sacrum. Whatever movements feel good, maybe it's a different part of your back you want to focus on. And let's explore a deep spinal twist. Cross your right knee over your left knee. Reach your arms out to the sides, palms up. Now just having your legs crossed like this will bring some depth to the sensation of the twist. You can decide how deep the twist feels also by either keeping your foot on the ground or drawing your knees towards your chest. The closer your knees are to your torso, the deeper the twist is going to be. Let your shoulders stay grounded. And let your legs come to the left and turn your head to the right. And if crossing your knees simply is too much, you might cross your right ankle over your left knee instead, or just let your knees stay parallel. Each option produces different feeling, maybe different results. They're all spinal twists. This one really gets into, for me anyway, the outer hip area, T-band. Sometimes brings cracking sounds in the lower back for some of those. Not today on this side anyway. Take your time to come back up through center. Cross your legs the other way. If you're crossing your legs, maybe you're not. Bring your knees in as close as you want. Let them go to the right. Let your head go to the left. Bring it all back to center. Uncross your legs if they're crossed. Reach your feet up. Reach your hands up to take hold of your feet or your legs, however you like. Play with bending and straightening your arms and legs, rocking around, exploring happy baby pose. However you want. Maybe it's not a lot of movement. I always think of happy baby pose primarily as an inversion, getting the legs and the feet higher than the heart. I took my friend Maria's postural yoga class yesterday, and she talked about your sacrum, keeping your spine on the floor in your happy baby. So if you want to play with that, you might try bringing the soles of your feet together. So my legs and my feet are still higher than my heart here. Now my sacrum's on the floor. I don't think I've seen a baby do this. I could be wrong. Somewhere there's a baby doing this, I'm sure. I just didn't see it or I don't remember. You can explore whatever leg shapes you want, whatever movement you want. This feels neat to me, just holding my shins with the soles of my feet together, pressing my sacrum against the floor. If you want to rock around more, sometimes it's tip right onto one side. Invert for as long as you like. Maybe it's not even happy baby. Maybe you're doing some other inversion. When you feel complete, make your way to Shavasana. The word Shavasana means corpse pose, which is the posture we traditionally practice. But we also use this word to name the state of integration that we typically do at the end of a practice in that posture. So you might lay flat with your legs apart, your feet splayed open, your hands out past your hips here, either palms up or pinky edge of the hands on the floor. But maybe that's not comfortable. It is more important to be comfortable than to be in corpse pose. So find your comfortable resting posture. If you like, close your eyes. Maybe that's not comfortable. You can focus on your breath as you did when we began. And it might be as simple as that. Maybe there's something else you want to focus on as you lie here, letting the breath slow down and your body relax a little closer to the ground with each breath. And maybe you want to let mental control go, give your mind permission to detach, to drift. Give yourself some deeper breaths. Begin to move around little by little. Any movements you want. Let them grow bigger and bigger. Take your time when you're ready for bigger movements to gently sit yourself up. Bring your hands up front of your heart. Thank you for sharing your practice today. The light that you see, it bows to that same light within you. Stay. The rest of the day, I'll see you next time.